Basically, tonight I'm going to give a short tutorial on one of my more favorite games from the late 90s. One of the shoot-up games called Duke Nukem 3D. This was pre-Quake, Unreal, Call of Duty. It's one of the earlier shoot-ups. Actually enabled you to do some network play and some online game playing. I was a big fan. I was feeling a little nostalgic the other day. So I was trying to find a way to play it because I have Windows 7 and obviously those files were not compatible because I think it was optimized for Windows 95/98. So I did a little bit of searching and I found an emulator called eduke32.exe. Basically, this program enables you, if you have the original Duke files, to run it in kind of a Windows mode and run smooth. I was very impressed, so I thought I'd put the information up here for other people to maybe enjoy it as well. To basically run the game, all you need to do is either take them from a file directory where you have the Duke files, or also if you have obviously the CD, if you copy the duke.rts file and the duke3d.group file into the same directory with eduke32.exe, that's all you really need to do to get started. Once you have the two files copied into this directory, simply click on the eduke32.exe file. Enable it to run with the security mode. And you'll see a dialog screen here with different settings and any available games, which at this point is Duke Nukem 3D. You can run this in full screen and it runs nicely, but for the purpose of this YouTube demo, once you do that, it's no longer in a windowed mode and you really can't see the game itself. So right now I'm going to simply click on the start button. And as you can see, gamers like myself, this is one of my favorite screens because it's definitely a top 5 game for me in the history of game playing. There's good old Duke standing there holding an alien's head, gun in the other hand, great game. Really enjoyed the personality and a lot of the sayings. So as you can see here, what you're going to simply do is, as in the game, select where you're going to, the settings, let's rock. I love when he says that. As you can see, it doesn't run too fast or too slow, just right. As you see, I'm a little rusty as well. Wow, horrible shot tonight. You come right down, and just like in the game, as you can see, the game plays as smooth as ever. Once you get in the game, obviously you can play whatever levels you want and go down memory lane. Big game, great game. Okay, the next thing I'd like to show you is I was actually such a big Duke Nukem gamer that I would make my own maps. And back then they had this program called Cali where you could go online. If you paid the monthly fee, I think it was like $15 or $19 a month or something along those lines. What it enabled you to do is launch the game in network mode as well as post a specific map that you wanted to play. So I would obviously create my own maps with my own little hidden areas so I could have fun with some online players. It was really a lot of fun and it linked up pretty smooth. If you didn't go past 3 players on a standard modem, it played pretty smoothly. We didn't have really the benefits of network back then, which would have made it even better, but it worked fine and it was a lot of good times. So anyways, I'm going to go in here. As you could see, there is a file called mapster32.exe. In the original Duke 3D game, there was an executable called build.exe. And when you launched build, kind of in a DOS mode, you could go in a grid view and you could basically create your own level, which I'll just do a quick tutorial on that. I'm not going to do much with it. Same as the game when you're running the eduke32. Just go in there, simply click on the start button, and you'll be presented with this build screen. Now, with this screen here, what you would do is you would start by creating an area. So, and you hit the space to get your first point. It's going to play around and do something really quickly. And as you can see, I created a square. Now, what you wanted to do is, when you went in here, you could actually go into the edit mode by clicking on the enter button over by the numbers. And as you can see, there is the walls. Now, I definitely would not want to be trapped in this room, as I would get very claustrophobic. But with this, you're able to tile the walls by simply pointing at it and hitting the page up button. And now you can put all kinds of textures on these walls that you wanted. And that's pretty much the premise of that. At that point, you could add pig cops, monitors. You can name anything in there and create the level. As I'm about to show you the level that I created called Be Brutal. Fun level. What I was able to do with it was I hit a lot of hidden rooms and one-sided walls and buttons where I could have players, you know, pretty much go through a bunch of booby traps while I watched. I know I have issues, but it was fun. So anyways, what I'll do is I'm going to leave this one, and I'm going to load a new one. And the map, as you can see, these are all the maps that are in the directory. So if you guys played a bunch of really cool maps, just load them all in this directory, and you can look at each one individually. The one I had made for myself was called Be Brutal. So I'm going to select that, hit enter. And this is the 2D view of the actual map that I made. I got all kinds of areas and sprites, and I had a lot of fun with this. These were good times. The maps have gotten a little bit more complex with the newer games. This one wasn't as complex, and you could have a lot of fun with it. So anyways, to view this one, now what you can actually do with the build application, which in this you're using Mapster to run build, is simply you click on the escape button and hit the T. As you can see down here, it gives you the little areas across the bottom with new, load, save, test. So what you would do is click for the T to do a test map. And once again, you get prompted with another box. You click start, and it's loading my map. I think this map, if I remember correctly, took me about 3 or 4 days to make. But like I said, to be able to play it online against other guys and basically know where all the traps and boobies, other issue stuff was, it's a lot of fun. As you can see, I have the ever popular RPG. So I'm going to take you for a tour of my map. I know this ain't the coolest thing in the world, but I'm going to have some fun here. As you can see, I created 2 raised platforms with a kind of a moat in between and 2 side areas with walls. What you can't really see here is I put some sprites in this area that are C9 canisters. And when you made the map, if you made this C9 canisters real skinny, they were not detectable by the human eye. Now what I was able to do with that also was you could link a button to these canisters that when they clicked, an explosion occurred, which you'll see in a little bit how much fun that can be when you're playing around. As you can see over here, I also created a room. And also in here, a room where you could, as you can see, you're not supposed to be that close to it. Groovy. Over here we also have an elevator where you could go up.
I'll rip your head off and shit down your neck.
Guy always said real cool stuff like that, of course. I love it. And I think I'll grab the old jetpack and one of the guns. Get me some health after that stupid shooting in the window that close. Been a while since I played. And obviously if you hit the letter J, you were flying. And if you took Jay off too quick, you fell down. Now I'm on the other raised platform, which I do also have some C9 canisters on. And I have a couple areas around here where I have, go down this hallway here, I have another more hidden area down in here. As you can see, I tiled this wall with kind of a bathroom tile. I feel like I'm having a better homes. Now that's blocked off right now, but now what I'll show you over here is behind these garbage cans I have a really cool hidden area. Really cool thing is when you did the map, you could have different guns appear when you like shot a can or broke a canister. So I'm gonna go down the hallway with this nice interesting tile. I have a little hidden door. And of course I put a fake Duke over there just to fake somebody out who came in the room. And as you can see, the poster of good old Duke on the wall. Oh, so cool. At any rate, when you come over to this wall right here, you could actually put a door there that when you came over to it, you could go inside. Now it gets good, fellas. So at any rate, now I had these security cameras. If you linked up a security camera to the monitor, you could look all around the map. Now when you're playing online against other players, this was great because you could always see what they were up to. Now what I also put in this room was I had a bunch of teleporters that took me to different parts of the level, so I could be hidden in these walls and zip around and have a lot of fun with these guys. Once again, I have another security teleprompter. And as you can see, I got it loaded. Always gotta have a woman on every wall there. Got it.
Hail to the king, baby.
And as you can see, I have a bunch of different buttons here. Now, I think at the first button here, when you came over here, and what you would do is in this general area here, when the game started, the guy usually would run right up here because there's always a bunch of guns and stuff, so they would go up there. So I would wait for the guy to get there, come down in here, and I would simply hit this button. Now that blew up the top platform there, and as you'll see in this one here, if I can get the right angle for you. Right there, now the explosion actually occurred under the water.
Hail to the king, baby. Groovy. Eat shit and die. Cool. Groovy. After a few days of R&R, I'll be ready for more action. Hail to the king, baby. Hail to the king, baby.